Hello and welcome to Happy Wartime. My name's Tim Murdoch.
And my name is Matt Emmert, and I am so excited because today's ranking video, I am ranking, you see this? Not the movies yet, that'll come, but my top 10 kills in the Halloween franchise throughout all 13 films.
I thought you were doing 10 bobbleheads.
I'm doing my top 10 horror bobbleheads. Here's number 1. Done. Thank you, everyone. You know what? That would actually be a good ranking.
No.
No. Okay. Forget it. And
but
as
to
you can
all
see,
the bobblehead lovers out there.
Yes, sorry, you just insulted all of them. As you can see, Tim and I both dressed for the occasion, and we both happen to be wearing Halloween 2 shirts.
Not even planned.
There may be a reason that I'm wearing a Halloween 2 shirt. You'll see by continuing to watch this ranking. So I'm going to start by, well, first, just to kind of get in my head for how I thought of these kills, because there's a lot of kills, Tim, throughout 13 movies. I was just trying to think of basically how memorable they were, how unique, how impactful they are in the movies, and really just overall, when I think back at these movies, what kill really stands out, like I always remember when I think of these movies. So
that's going to
how
be
I came
really
up with
tough
it.
for you because if there's 13 films and you only
I
do
have
10.
And I'm not representing all movies because it wouldn't be, if I just picked one per movie, first off, I wouldn't be able to get all movies.
Right.
And secondly, it's not about representation for the movies. It's about what are my top 10 kills, but they are varied across a number of movies. So yes. So I'm going to start with an honorable mention, and I'll tell you why this is an honorable mention. My honorable mention is Officer Richards and Officer Francis in Halloween 2018. Now, if you remember, these are the two cops, and you don't actually see this kill happen, which is why it's an honorable mention, but we do see the aftermath. And just to kind of set the scene, remember they're having that dumb conversation about a peanut butter and jelly banh mi sandwich?
Yes.
Like one of those scenes that could have been cut.
Yeah.
Exactly. So they see in the distance Sheriff Hawkins' car like pull over and they go to check it out. And then we don't see what happens. But later we see Ray come out and he opens the door. And one of them, Officer Richards, has his throat slashed in the car and a knife in his head. And Officer Francis's head has been decapitated, hollowed out, and turned into a jack-o'-lantern with a flashlight inside it, making its eyes and mouth glow. I just think it's sick, it's twisted, and it's perfect for Halloween.
And perfectly normal.
Totally normal. Like, obviously, you have to ask, how did Michael have that much time?
He's very creative.
He cut off the head, hollowed it out. He's like carving and stuff, putting a flashlight, and he's very artful, you know?
I just accepted that kill. I was like, you know what? Yeah.
It's perfect for Halloween. And a fun fact about this kill is that Officer Francis was played by Christopher Nelson, who designed the mask and did the effects and makeup on this movie. So in essence, he created his own decapitated head.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool?
Yes. And that's normal too.
Yeah. So anyway, memorable kill, but not quite a kill that you see. I had some honorable mention. Okay, let's get to the list, Tim.
Yes,
you ready?
Yes, bring it.
Okay, number 10, speaking of Halloween 2018, is Dr. Sartain in Halloween 2018. Now, okay, if you remember this character, he starts out as kind of the Dr. Loomis type until he turns on Sheriff Hawkins and stabs him, kidnaps Allison, and drives an unconscious Michael Myers to Laurie's compound because he wants them to meet. He's obsessed with them and everything. But Michael wakes up and he knocks Dr. Sartain out and pulls him out of the car. And then, right as Dr. Sartain's begging him to say something, he stomps on his head and his head explodes into brain mush.
That was disgusting and very unexpected.
Yes. This is the reason I picked this is it's unlike any kill I think I've seen across the Halloween series. It's really brutal. It's unique. And I think that I understand why Michael was so annoyed by him, because between him and the podcaster in that movie, always constantly hassling him to say something, maybe he just doesn't want to talk to him.
Matt, so what you're telling me is you think like a killer.
I do. I think like a killer. But look, this kill, it's so brutal and it's so unique for the series that I can't think of this movie without thinking of Dr. Sartain's getting his head crushed. Now, could you easily crush someone's head with one foot?
I mean, Michael has some strength.
He's got some strength. I mean, remember, he just carved a jack-o'-lantern out of someone's face.
Very quickly.
Exactly. So that is my number 10 kill. Moving on to number 9 It is Janet in Halloween 2, as in the lovely Anna Alicia, who we had on the podcast and got to talk all about this sequence. So what makes this death so cool is not just the kill, but the whole sequence. So, Janet's one of the nurses or candy stripers at Haddonfield Memorial Hospital on Halloween night. And when Laurie has the adverse reaction to the medication, she runs to get Dr. Mixter. So first, she finds Dr. Mixter with a syringe in his eye.
Right.
The usual.
She's about to get one too.
Yes. So then she backs up, and in a really cool lighting effect, Michael slowly comes out of the darkness, has a syringe up, and he shoves it into her temple. And I guess he injects her, I've got to assume it's just air, right into her brain. And she just falls over and dies. And I think that this kill, the lighting and everything make it so creepy. It kind of is a callback to Halloween 1 when Michael approaches Laurie out of the darkness at the top of the stairs. So it's definitely a callback to that. It's creepy, it's scary, it's unique. Again, it's a hospital setting and he's using syringes, so it kind of makes sense. And it's just a really well done sequence.
Yes. My two takeaways from that scene was I didn't know that doctors had showers inside their office. And a drinking game for Halloween 2 would be how many times they say Dr. Mixter.
Yes, Dr. Mixter.
They say it
Dr.
constantly.
Mixter. That's a good one. In terms of showers in the office, I've got to assume if that's true,
normal?
Only like head doctors, like not every doctor,
so
but
he's
maybe
head honcho.
He is. Yes, Dr. Mixter runs, even though he was drunk. Remember,
he
at
was.
the party.
He's a drunk.
Yeah. So that is my number 9. Number 8, and this may be slightly controversial pick, but it is Jeremy in Halloween Ends. Jeremy is the little boy who gets killed in the opening scene. Now, the reason why this pick may be a little controversial is because it's not one of Michael Myers' kills and it's accidental. But to be fair, I did say these were my top 10 kills in the Halloween franchise, not like top 10 Michael Myers kills. And this is definitely one of them because of how shocking it was. So this is the opening scene of Halloween Ends, and we have Corey Cunningham babysitting Jeremy, who's kind of a brat, and locks him in the attic.
I agree.
Yeah. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Not saying he deserves to be killed, but he's a brat.
It's the reason I love this movie.
Yes.
I love this opening.
So the opening, Corey is freaked out and he starts banging on the door, banging on it. And the attic is above at the top of this huge staircase. So finally, Corey kicks the door open. It hits little Jeremy and knocks him off the staircase railing. And he plummets to his death. But what makes this even more effective and shocking is that his parents are arriving home right at that moment. And I don't think I'll ever forget this, Tim. You see the little boy's body hit the ground and bounce backwards.
Yeah, it does. It falls out of frame and then falls into frame. And then the parents walk in and then the music starts. Yeah. And then that's the best movie ever made.
Not quite, but it was shocking. I'll never forget. We saw this together. The theater's reaction, everyone was gasping. You see this little kid's body hit the ground and bounce up. It's pretty intense. And
my sneeze?
Just like that sneeze. Look, let me just say, no matter what you, me, anyone thinks of this movie, that death was quite impactful. And that's why it made my top 10 list. I don't think I will ever get that visual out of my head.
I watch that scene every night before bed.
I don't think I'll ever get you sneezing out of my head
I am so sorry. That was like a grandpa sneeze.
I love it. I love it. Okay. So number 7 is Jen in Halloween Resurrection. Now look, I do find both this character and this movie pretty annoying. But this is just judging on the kills alone, and Jen's death in this movie is pretty cool. They're all at the Myers house in this reality TV show, and the others think that Michael Myers, the actual Michael Myers, is still Busta Rhymes because he had dressed up as Michael earlier to scare them. Jen, on the other hand, just discovered one of the other people dead, so she's freaked out, and she's at the top of the stairs, and the other group members are at the bottom. Michael approaches her, she's crying, and with one just fell swoop, he just slices her entire head off, and it rolls down the stairs, and then everyone at the bottom of the stairs finally realizes it's real. They start screaming and freaking out. And look, the thing is, I like this kill for very different reasons than many of the other kills on this list. This kill is not scary at all, but it is hilarious.
I love any beheadings. This was a good one, so I'm glad it made your list. So that means Tyra's death It's probably number one.
Definitely not. No, considering you don't even see it happen. But the reason why this kill, it is hilarious. It's very memorable. It's one of the only things I remember when I think of Halloween Resurrection, or things that I remember that I like, to be honest. And it's just like the way Michael so easily decapitates her. It's like he's going through cheese. Like, doesn't even have to hold her head down. He just goes boop.
I know, he makes it look so easy.
So easy, and it's a clean cut, and her head, the way it's rolling down, I've just never seen, like, it feels like a Friday the 13th kill.
It does,
and I don't mean it
is
demeaning.
a far superior film.
No, but I don't mean that in a demeaning way. I just mean it feels like that's something Jason would do. So to see Michael decapitate someone so easily, and then the head roll down
and
the
he
stairs.
did it with a knife, right?
Yes, just a normal knife. So
I don't know if that's even possible.
Don't know, but it is hilarious, and it's impactful, and it's unique for the series, so that's why it's on my list. Okay, moving on to number 6. My number 6 top kill in the Halloween franchise is Vanessa in Halloween Kills. So Vanessa, if you remember, she was the nurse, dressed as a nurse. Her husband, Marcus, was the doctor. Now, they are all killed in probably my favorite, and I think your favorite scene.
Yes, it's the best scene. It starts with the people in the car, and it ends with Kyle Richards.
Kyle Richards, yes.
Yeah.
So it's like a massacre in the car, and it leads to Kyle Richards' big chase. But basically, it starts with poor Marion thinks she's going to get a shot on Michael Myers, and she says, "This one's for Dr. Loomis," and she's run out of bullets.
I like that she takes the time to
say
talk
that.
to him.
Well, and then she gets stabbed to death, and then Marcus gets a knife through his eye. But Vanessa, she has escaped the car, and she has a gun, so she starts shooting at the car, shooting everything but Michael, the car windows, the car door. Finally, Michael's just like, I've had enough of this. He kicks the car door. It slams open. It hits the gun and spins it around right as she's pulling the trigger, and she pulls the trigger on herself and shoots herself in the head.
It's so clever and slick. I just wish the rest of the film was.
That's part of the reason I love this kill. Now, again, just like Jen in Resurrection, it's not that this is a scary kill or even a brutal kill.
It's a clever kill.
It's clever. It's unique. It's enjoyable. I've never seen it before. To be honest, the only time I feel like I've ever seen someone accidentally shoot themselves is, remember the first season of Beverly Hills 90210?
Yes.
The guy Scott.
Wow, way to go dark. That is a really sad episode.
But it is a very sad episode, but wasn't he playing with the gun
and
actually
then Brian
shoots
Austin
himself?
Green walks in and he goes like,
yes, exactly.
I love that we're making fun of a very dramatic episode.
Well, but it was like, that's the only frame of reference I have for someone doing that.
I mean, obviously, I'm still talking about it 30 years later.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it was just, I remember the theater's reaction. It is something that I actually, this sounds dark, but I look forward to seeing this kill and every time I watch Halloween Kills, because it's just so, it's slick and it's clever and it's so random.
And it's quick.
Yes.
It's quick.
It's like boom, 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 kicks it. And you have to really get the timing right to kick a car door, spin the gun around right as she's pulling the trigger on herself. So poor Vanessa.
Wow, Dewey.
Poor Vanessa. Okay, we're getting to the top 5 kills. Number 5 kill across the Halloween franchise is Sarah in Halloween H2O 20 years later. Now, first off, just got to say, this kill, Kevin Williamson told us, was his favorite among all the kills he's come up with in his horror movies. We asked him this in his interview, and I understand there's a big reason why it made my list too. So, boy, is it brutal. I will just say, in a movie like H2O, which isn't that brutal, this kill is very brutal. I'm going to take you through it.
It doesn't fit the rest of the tone of the film. I mean, as far as like kills go, this one's like extra mean.
But it is so creative and mean and brutal, and it involves a dumbwaiter. If you don't know what a dumbwaiter is or don't remember.
Like when they approach your table, they don't get your order right.
And they're so dumb.
They're
such a dumb waiter. No, it's one of those mini elevators that's used basically to transport like food or dishes or things between floors. So
rich people.
So Sarah finds her boyfriend Charlie dead inside the dumbwaiter. So she freaks out and tries to run, but Michael Myers is blocking her. So she gets in the dumbwaiter with Charlie.
She's like, scoot over.
Yes, before she's able to push the button, he stabs her in the thigh. So that's bad enough. But luckily she gets it moving. She's moving up to the next floor. Well, things only get worse from here because she can't quite get out of the dumbwaiter because she's caught on her dead boyfriend's body. And Michael carves the ropes so that the dumbwaiter falls, and it falls right on Sarah's leg. And I wince every time I see this.
It's a tough one because when she does pull her leg out, it's like the leg is like barely still attached.
Chewed up. It's barely attached. It's a great effect and it looks so painful. But if you think that's bad enough, no. Poor Sarah is crawling away. Michael comes up the stairs, proceeds to put his foot on her head, hold her down, and stabs her over and over and over again.
It's a very effective kill,
Yes.
but it also reminds me of the kill in Rob Zombies with when Ma, Oscar winner,
Octavia Spencer,
gets stabbed over and over.
The reason why that one is just brutal and stab over and over, this one at least has some different elements that lead to the brutality. So to me, it makes it very creative. You know what I mean? It's like I've never seen a dumbwaiter elevator fall on someone's leg, but that is something that if it happened would be so painful.
Did I spoil your list? Is Ma's death on your list?
Octavia Spencer did not make my list for her performance in Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. But the thing is that it doesn't even end there. She's dead, but he decides to basically desecrate her body by hanging it up on a cord and putting a light through the hole that I guess he made from stabbing her so many times so that John and Molly find her hanging, bleeding, with a light in a hole in her body.
Doesn't Michelle Williams in the scene go, "What's that?"
No, she says, "Who's that?"
Oh, that's right.
What's that?
What's that?
Is that a dead body?
She said, "Who's that?"
She sees Michael and she's like, "Who's that?" And John's like, "Let's get out of here."
I love that.
Yeah. Anyway, okay, that was my number 5. Okay, number 4 kill is Linda in the original Halloween. Now, this kill is in sharp contrast to Sarah in H2O because it's not brutal at all, but it is just as impactful and probably one of the most memorable sequences of the first Halloween film. So Linda's boyfriend Bob has been murdered downstairs, and Michael decides to play a little Halloween prank on her.
Oh, Michael.
Puts a sheet over him and puts on Bob's glasses. And Linda obviously starts asking him for her beer, and Michael is not answering her. So she gives up and says she's going to call Lori, and she goes on the phone and turns her back to who she thinks is her boyfriend. Well,
this is going nowhere.
Exactly. Well, he starts approaching her, and right when Lori answers the phone, Michael starts strangling her with the phone cord. Now, the reason why it's such a great kill, because first off, Lori hears Linda being strangled and thinks that it's a joke. Now, first I get your famous chewing, then I get your famous squealing. She doesn't even know it's Linda. She thinks it's Annie. But Lori's starting to wonder, like, is this a joke? Is she okay? And Linda dies, and then we get the first close-up of Michael's mask in the whole movie because Michael raises the phone to his head. He hears Lori on the other end, and you see this beautiful, scary close-up of Michael's mask. And really, this whole scene sets up the big climactic finale between Lori and Michael because he's now disposed of her friends. But it's just such an amazing sequence from the joke and the prank to him, strangling her with the phone cord, to Lori hearing it and not thinking it's real. It's just a really effective kill.
Does she? She actually does think it's real at some point, right? That's why she walks over there. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, I've seen Halloween.
She hears it, and then nobody says this is a joke or laughs. So she's like, "Are you okay? Are you all right?" And then the phone disconnects, and when she tries to call back, no one answers. So she's like, "I gotta go check."
Yeah,
this
I mean,
out.
the girls are up to pranks, but this is a crazy prank.
Exactly. This is a little bit more, but like, I just find it creepy. It's unique. It's a little funny. There's some funny parts, especially
I don't think it's fun
when she's going. Please, you were just doing that.
I know, but you're crazy.
You're crazy. Okay, but again, the way that it sets up that final act is just great. Okay, number 3, getting in my top 3 here. My number 3 kill is Kelly Meeker in Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers.
Good one.
Now, look, everyone knows, probably, hopefully loves this kill. Poor Kelly, they kind of make her out to be the bad girl in this movie because she kind of stole Brady from Rachel.
Just wants to watch MTV.
Yes, but to be honest, my thoughts are Brady's just kind of a dick. Like, I think he's just a bad boyfriend.
Right, I think he's just like, which girl wants to have fun with me tonight?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and it's not even necessarily Kelly's fault. But anyway, So after Kelly and Rachel have their little powwow in the kitchen, have some coffee. Yeah, Tim.
Listen, Rachel.
Wise up to what men want, Rachel, or Brady won't be the last woman you lose to another man. Was that good?
Here, have some coffee.
Yes. So right after that, she has coffee on her. Kelly is bringing coffee out to Deputy Logan, and she's doing her speech, wish we had some MTV while we wait for the cavalry. Well, she sees who she thinks is Deputy Logan rocking on a rocking chair with a shotgun, because that's where he was before. Well, then she lights a candle, and she sees Deputy Logan's dead body next to the candle, which I think is a brilliant switcheroo.
Was his head cut off?
It looked like he was just kind of like stuffed on the side.
I always thought his head was in a plant.
It could have been. But so the person rocking on the rocking chair then gets up, turns around. It's Michael Myers. He has a shotgun, but no, he does not shoot poor Kelly. He instead literally slams the shotgun through her body and up against the door so that she becomes impaled by it, hanging from the door by a shotgun.
Right. And I love this scene so much because it really works because they do it in slow motion. She goes backwards, and then the music like cranks the almighty powerful theme.
Yeah. She's like gasping, like, and the thing is, it's so gnarly and it's so cool and it's just a very different. Obviously, they knew they couldn't have Michael like shooting people, but I'm sure they were very creative.
Does the gun go off?
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
I think that it sticks through her. Again, how does he have the strength for this? Who knows?
It's probably not plausible.
Yeah, but it's really cool. It's really scary. And I think combined with the switcheroo, which I remember when I first saw the movie, I didn't see this coming. Like, I thought that was the deputy and he was just rocking there. So having her then discover that it's not him, that's always very scary. And I had just never seen anything like this. Every time I watch that movie, it's my favorite kill in the movie. It's really well done.
What does her t-shirt say before she changes?
Cops do it by the book. Ask me something difficult.
Oh, okay. What's Kelly's middle name?
Kelly Rutherford Meeker.
You don't even know.
Okay. Now we're on to my number 2 kill. Now, this again might be a little controversial with people, but it is Buddy Kupfer Jr., aka Little Buddy, in Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. Season of the Witch. Okay, I get it. Michael wasn't in this movie. This is not one of Michael's kills.
He was in the trailer.
Yes, the trailer. But again, this is favorite kills in the entire franchise. And this one truly is one of the most disturbing kills in the Halloween franchise. Now, just to set it up, Little Buddy and his parents are being given a tour of the Silver Shamrock Factory, and they're led into a room because Connell Cochran says he wants them to watch some TV commercials. So on comes the TV, and it's playing the bump, 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 and it tells the announcer asks the kids to put on their masks. So Little Buddy puts on his pumpkin mask, and they ask him to watch the flashing pumpkin. So he's watching it as the music's going. Suddenly, in one of, I think, the most shocking sequences in this franchise.
It looks this could happen.
Little Buddy, like, puts his hands up to his head and starts kind of shaking, and then he just keels over. And the mask is all deteriorated, and a bunch of insects and snakes come out of it, which end up killing his parents too. But, like, this commercial has activated the mask to basically murder this little kid. And again, anytime you dispose of a kid in any movie, it's very shocking, which is why Jeremy's death in Halloween Ends made this list. But this scene was so disturbing the first time I saw it and so unsettling. Ever since I've seen this movie, it's the first scene I think of when someone says Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. It's like how that family dies and how they just kill a kid. And the people watching, do you remember? They're just so blasé about it.
Right.
It's like,
well, you know what I think about when I see this movie?
What?
Stop it!
Yes, the end, exactly. It's just that, very memorable lines, but like this kill, especially the way they dispose of this kid, and it's so disgusting with all the insects and he just keels over. It's just very impactful, very memorable, and that's why it's my number 2 kill across the franchise. Okay, my number 1 kill.
Oh, give it to me.
And this is why I'm wearing this shirt, because it happens in this movie, is Nurse Karen in Halloween 2, 1981. So for me, and I'll explain, what were you doing?
I just accidentally knocked in.
So for me, this really is the most terrifying, unique, effective, and scary kill in the Halloween franchise. And I'll tell you why. First,
Tell me.
to set up the kill, Karen is one of the nurses at Haddonfield Memorial, and she's dating.
I don't know if she's the best nurse.
No, she's not one of the best, but she's a nurse. She's either dating or at least hooking up with one of the paramedics, Bud. And so Karen and Bud sneak off to have a little sexy time in the hydrotherapy tub, which is kind of like a big jacuzzi. Now, Michael, unbeknownst to them, has turned the temperature up, so Bud goes to check it out and gets strangled in the background. Karen has no idea. So Karen gets out of the tub and her back is turned, and Michael Myers is approaching her. And first, he puts his hand on her, and in a really gross part, she starts sucking on his fingers.
Yeah, that's disturbing.
And knowing how much Michael has done that night, how many people he's killed, he killed a dog, those fingers are filthy.
I don't think he takes the time to use,
Antibacterial soap?
Yeah.
Not at all. No. So first she's sucking on his fingers because she thinks it's Bud, and she says, oh, we'll get breakfast later, whatever. Then she finally turns around, realizing it's Michael, starts screaming, and he proceeds to dunk her head over and over into the hydrotherapy tub. Now, it's kind of like he's turned the temperature up so much that each time he lifts her head out, her face is a little more burnt off. It's scalding her face, and it's like the skin, it's starting to melt off her face. So finally, he's basically drowning her and burning her to death at the same time. And at the end, after she's dead, he pulls her body out. Her whole face looks melted, and he just throws her off to the ground.
Yeah, he just throws her like Kelly Hugh in Friday 13th Part 8. Jason Takes Manhattan.
Nope, this is a Halloween, right?
I'm just letting you know. But no, this scene is totally effective because she's naked and she's vulnerable.
She's naked, she's vulnerable. I was totally freaked out by this scene when I first saw this movie. It was actually kind of tough for me to watch because it is so disturbing, but also unique. Like, I hadn't seen, obviously we'd seen people been drowned, but drowned in a scalding hot tub while their face is burning off. It was new for Halloween. It's so effective. It's just really incredible of a kill. And for me, when I was thinking about all the kills, like, that is the one that has stayed with me the longest. When I think about like brutal, intense, memorable kills in the Halloween franchise, that is my number one.
I like this scene 2 seconds before her death scene starts when he shows his butt.
Yes. Well, that will get in our top 10 butts in the Halloween franchise.
Buttocks.
I don't think there are 10 butts actually in the Halloween franchise. It'd have to be top 10 butts of horror. Tim.
Right.
You can do that ranking.
Oh my gosh, I totally would. But what's the emoji you use for a butt?
Peach. Because peaches, yeah.
We'll do the top 10 peaches.
Okay, so those are my top 10 kills in the Halloween franchise. But Tim, do you want to know what my real favorite kill is in the Halloween franchise?
Yeah, tell me.
Hold on a sec. Oh, okay. Thank you everyone for watching.
Bye.
Bye.